In this video, I will cover some important points about our MBE frequency chart that you can see on the screen. As a reminder, the MBE is the Multistate Bar Exam, which is the multiple choice portion of the bar exam. The first thing to note is that all 7 MBE subjects are tested equally on the MBE. For example, there will be 25 scored questions on civil procedure, 25 scored questions on constitutional law, and 25 scored questions on each of the subjects of contracts, criminal law and procedure, evidence, real property, and torts. This means that no MBE subject is worth more points than any other MBE subject because they are all going to have the same number of questions. However, within each of the 7 MBE subjects, you can see that the topics within those subjects are not tested equally. To understand this concept, I want to draw your attention to 2 MBE subjects, real property and torts. Looking first at real property, you can see that the topics within the subject of real property, such as ownership of real property, rights in real property, etc., are all tested equally, with 20% of the total 25 questions, which is 5 to 6 questions, covering each of those topics. Looking now at torts, you can see that the division of questions among various torts topics is not equal, with 50% of the 25 questions, which is 12 to 13 questions, covering negligence, while only 16.7% of the 25 questions, which is 4 to 5 questions, cover intentional torts. The same percentage and number of questions cover strict liability and products liability and other torts. This means that negligence is by far the most important torts topic to know for the MBE. In fact, negligence is one of the highest tested topics on the entire MBE. So how can you use this information to help you study? Imagine that you have a certain amount of time to study and you find yourself struggling with negligence and present and future interests. For purposes of the MBE, it makes sense to focus more time on negligence than on present and future interests. Why? Because you know that you will see 12 to 13 questions on negligence, but you will probably only encounter 2 or 3 questions on present and future interests. This does not mean that you won't study present and future interests at all, but to efficiently study for the MBE, you want to make sure that you understand negligence so that you can maximize your points on exam day. To do this, focus on the highly tested MBE topics.